This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome to Quality Hang on this Free-for-All Friday.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Happy Friday to all of you. And as always, I'm joined on this broadcasting adventure by my partner in crime, my friend, the co-host of Quality Hang. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, man? How you doing?
So good. So good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
good. Let's
It's
get it
Friday. We all got jobs and we got shit to do.
You got shit to do. That's right.
Free for All Friday. It speaks for itself. We will get into various oddness, whether it is from the sporting world or just the world at large. And we will take care of some sports business too. We won't completely and totally dismiss our responsibilities of doing an upstanding sports talk show.
That's the way we get things done. It's semi-upstanding.
Semi-upstanding, yes. I don't know when we're ever going to reach full upstanding, so semi-upstanding is good enough. But we start every show by thanking our presenting sponsor, Hop Monk Taverns, 3 locations to choose from, Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. And at all 3 locations, they all do the same great things. Fantastic food from a diverse menu. Craft beer selection is absolutely out of this world, and they also have full bars at all 3 Hop Monk locations. And at all 3 Hop Monk locations, it's a great place to see live music, and if you happen to be a local artist, to play your live music. See, Dean Biersch, the proprietor of Hop Monk Taverns, he understands, listen, you get people in there with the food, you keep them in there with the craft beer selection, but you keep them coming back with live music and live entertainment. And you'll get touring acts from around the country to stop by at all 3 Hop Monk venues. But I love what Hop Monk does live music-wise, is that it's a place for local musicians, local artists to see and be seen. So to see what's coming up live entertainment, live music-wise at all 3 Hop Monk venues, check them out online at hopmonk.com. Follow them on all the socials, but more than anything, stop by Hop Monk if you happen to be anywhere near Sonoma, Sebastopol, or Novato. You, my friends, will not regret it. All right, let's go ahead and get things started. Marcus, Niners training camp day 3 took place today. Still no pads, so they haven't gotten necessarily serious yet. Brock Purdy did not participate today. He did not participate for personal reasons, and we hope those reasons were benign at best. So backup Mac Jones got the bulk of the snaps today, and I hate to do this to Mac Jones. I didn't want to do it on purpose to find this video of Mac Jones throwing a practice interception, a training camp interception to Jair Brown, but it was the only Mac Jones footage I could find that was suitable enough for this program. So Mac Jones, I didn't mean it. It's not on purpose, but Mac Jones is, Marcus, the overwhelming favorite to be Brock Purdy's backup. So Mac Jones got the bulk of the snaps today. The only significant news, and it is significant, even though we don't know the extent of his injury to his hamstring, but cornerback Renardo Green suffered a hamstring injury late in the practice session, and he was having a good practice, a spirited practice. He hurt himself, Renardo Green did, breaking up a pass to Jawan Jennings, and that was Renardo Green's 3rd pass breakup of the practice. Now, as I mentioned, we don't know the severity of this hamstring issue at this point. So at this point, you just kind of go, precautionary, what have you. But the Niners are already young and thin, like a Parisian model at quarterback and safety, quite frankly.
Yes.
So this is something to monitor. The Niners do not practice tomorrow. They will take the day off. They will have one more no pad practice on Sunday, and then pads will be popping at Niner training camp on Monday. There was a bit of kicker news, as the kicker competition is one to watch between Jake Moody and Greg Joseph. Greg Joseph missed 2 kicks. Jake Moody missed 1 kick. So that's a real quick update for Niners training camp day 3.
Mac Jones. Throwing an interception is basically saying I am in midseason form.
See, we don't want it. We don't want to do it like that. Music playing so loud.
Mac
just
Jones.
I thought I'd play Mac Jones. Exactly. You know what? You early 2000 hip hop heads, you got the reference, and you might even know Mike Jones's phone number 281-330-80. Hit Mike Jones or Mac Jones up on the low because Mac Jones is about to throw, hopefully, no interception. So there you go. That's your Niner training camp update. Day 3. Nothing to really get all exercised about. All right, let us get to the Giants as they are tussling with the first place in the National League East, New York Metropolitans at the corner of 3rd and King. Bottom of the 3rd, Mets 3, Giants 1. Let's put a couple of runs up on Logan Webb in the first inning. Willy Adames, who has been hot as fish grease over the past few weeks, Willy Adames did get a scratch on the board for the Giants in the second inning with an RBI. But just a few moments ago, Logan Webb did surrender a home run to Francisco Lindor. So now that score is now 3-1 Mets on top of the Giants. Landon Roop, who, along with Logan Webb and Robbie Ray, has been an outstanding starting pitcher for the Giants. News today, not terrible, but it ain't great because the Giants are already in a pickle when it comes to their starting rotation depth. Logan Webb put on the 15-day IL, retroactive to a few days ago, with elbow inflammation. Now, they are the Giants are sounding a fairly optimistic note that it's just rest. It's nothing to worry about. But as someone said to me on Twitter, we still call it Twitter around here, a few moments ago, that elbow inflammation ain't good, but it's better than the dreaded forearm tightness, which actually leads to somebody having Tommy John surgery. Not trying to sound the alarm, but is again, I think the big thing is, it's for the Giants short term, the problems they're having with their rotation now. Once you get outside of Webb and Ray, not having Roop around is not good for a Giants team that, even though they got 2 out of the 3 in Atlanta, the Giants are still trying to find their footing and play good baseball now that we've gotten past the All-Star break and into the unofficial second half.
The Giants and their fans at this point have to be just thrown up on this constant roller coaster. Like this, the highs and lows of this season are just weird. Like just when you think a corner's being turned, that's the nature of the beast, you know.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, I would not want to be in their place. Like every time there's this kind, I mean, similar to the season that the Warriors have, you expend so much energy just simply trying to right the ship. By the time you manage to get yourself into the playoffs, if they do, you're worn the hell out.
You
can't ever catch your footing, man.
And here's the thing for the Giants, that they were expected to be active in the trade market, and the trade deadline is coming up here in a few days on July 31st. And obviously the Giants were already active well before the trade deadline, pulling off that shocking move to get Rafael Devers. But after that, you look at the Giants and go, what do they need? Even before Landon Roop landed on the 15-day IL earlier today, clearly the Giants were in need of some depth with their starting pitching. Now, it seems very obvious that Landon Roop being okay, Landon Roop not being okay long-term, the Giants need starting pitching depth. Here's the problem with that. There's a lot of teams looking for starting pitching depth, which means if you are really serious about making that push to get to the postseason, and as the Giants stand right now, they are 1 game out of the second wild card spot. And I'm sure some people are saying, is it really worth chasing that second wild card spot? In baseball, get into the playoffs. And if you have the pitching, and the Giants have the bullpen, but if you have the starters and the bullpen, then you can make some moves. You can make some hay in a Major League Baseball postseason. But do the Giants really want to give up prospects? They're not giving up Bryce Eldridge. They're not giving up their main prospect for a starting pitcher. Definitely no one of a rental situation if that's even available. But if Buster Posey, and he's, you want to be the big dude, now you got to start to make these tough decisions. Do you sell? Do you buy? Okay, if you buy, how much do you spend to get not what you want, to get what you need? And for the Giants, in this case, the starting pitching depth.
Yeah. It reminds me of Sean Connery in The Untouchables as he was dying after being shot. And he says to Kevin Costner, "What are you prepared to do?"
What are you prepared to do? And I said this on post game on NBC Sports Bay Area a couple of days ago after the Giants won the last game of their 3-game series against the Braves. And, if you remember, the Giants had already gotten swept coming out of the All-Star break by Toronto. And while getting swept is obviously not optimal, that's a good Toronto team. But the Giants got beat by a better team. And, the Blue Jays right now, as it stands right now, as we give you this episode of Quality Hang on this Free-for-All Friday, the Toronto Blue Jays have the best record in all of Major League Baseball. So they are
crazy.
No but the Giants just didn't look good in getting swept. Then they go to Atlanta in the first game of that 3-game series. To me, it was the worst game the Giants played all season. Not only did they lose, but it's how they lost. It's the way they looked. They looked almost disinterested defensively, specifically. And to win those last 2 games of that series against the Braves team that's not very good. The Braves bullpen is awful. But for the Giants to play the way that they did and win those 2 games against the Braves, going into this game tonight against the Mets, I said on postgame, those are the 2 biggest wins of the Giants season, because what that said to me is a couple of things: that this Giants team, the players, took ownership of the situation. They were embarrassing in the way that they played, and I think they were embarrassed by the way that they played, and they went out there and they did something about it in the last couple of games of the recently completed Braves series. But I think it also says something to Buster Posey, that are these guys, the way that they're currently constructed, are these guys worth going out and getting what they need, which is starting pitching, and how much is it going to cost? Because I think if they would have gotten swept by the Braves, or if they even would have lost one of those 2, I think that puts a bug in Buster Posey's mind that maybe, just maybe, the Giants outkicked their coverage, if I can mix sports metaphors here, where I think they were 8-1, 10-1 to start the season, and then they were basically a 500 team after that. Would Posey have said, if they would have lost that Brave series, you know what, we'll get ready for next year? I'm kind of simplifying it. Or the way that they won those 2 games, he says these guys are worth spending some prospect capital to get what they desperately need, which is starting pitching.
Amen to all of that, because the bottom line is, like every other team that hovers around that 500 area, you have to look at this team and go, realistically, let's say we get in. Is this a team that could go on a run and actually do some damage? Or is this roller coaster just kind of teasing us into believing that we have a chance?
And the worst case scenario is you make a move and you don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing, you make a move, you get into the playoffs, and let's just say you get bounced out quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's not optimal, but it's a whole lot better than making a move, and that move doesn't make a move in the standings. You know what I mean? It falls flat on its face.
And it is not at all a small thing to think about what your fan base is going to think. If you don't make a move and you don't get into the playoffs, you're eating that. You're eating that direct, and they're going to be pissed, because fans operate from the optimism section. If we're close, that means they always. If we're close, we're good enough to win it all. They just have that mindset, and you got to be willing to stand up and say, you know what, admit, like, we're not good enough, even if we make a move. I don't think, to really make a run at this thing.
And what does that say to your players as well?
Yeah.
The customers do a lot of talking, but for the most part, they'll be back. The direct conversations you have to have are the ones with the guys in the clubhouse. What do you say to Logan Webb? What do you say to a couple other guys. But then you look at the situation and go, yeah, man, Robbie Ray, you could get a nice haul for Robbie Ray that could set you up for next year. And if you did that, then what do you say to a guy like Logan Webb? You know what I mean? What do you say, to these guys who are really and truly invested? So it's a tricky situation for Buster Posey and the Giants right now. And again, I think that they're still a good baseball team, but clearly they're a flawed team that has sort of wild swings and wild up and downs. And when they're down, it can look bad. But when they're right, they're a really good baseball team. Problem is you're in a very competitive National League with the Mets in a very competitive division. I think the division, you're not even thinking about that. You're only one game out of the second wild card. That's your focus. But you're dealing with the Dodgers. You're dealing with the Padres. The Milwaukee Brewers are playing damn good baseball in the National League. So it's a tough go for the Giants right now. But they're still in it. And we're coming up on August. And I think a lot of people didn't believe the Giants had that in their makeup when the season started.
Hey, it's far better than anybody, at least from my perspective. It's far better than I thought they were going to be this year. So they're exceeding my expectations. So I'm like, let's make everybody happy. Try to make a move. Don't make a crazy move, but make a move that's good enough to show, we're at least trying to take a shot at this without mortgaging the future.
All right. You know what? We did it. Right? We did the professional sports thing. Now it's time to get into the ridiculousness. Yes, indeed. It is a free for all Friday. Where do we start? I know where we start. Shaquille O'Neal is literally, and I'm using the word literally correctly, Shaquille O'Neal is literally the biggest hater on the planet. And he hates specifically Rudy Gobert.
Well, he's
Why
not
don't you
alone.
like Rudy?
Because that
Though?
motherfucker
Money.
making $250, you don't deserve it, dog. As the president of the Big Man Lions, you making big money. Play like a big man.
Right.
That's it. Play like a big man. Throw some bowls, knock some people out. Don't be letting little white dudes from Denver dunk on you and talk to you. Then you got to grab them by the neck at the last second. Come on, bro. That's it. If you're going to get paid big money, play big.
I just want Shaq to still be on TV when Rudy gets into the Hall of Fame because it's going
If
to.
Rudy Gobert gets into the Hall of Fame,
is.
if Rudy Gobert gets to the Hall of Fame, I'll wear this dress to the mother ceremony.
First off, don't nobody want to see that. Secondly, Rudy Gobert is going to the Hall of Fame. All right.
God, I hope not.
And it's not because I want him to. It's fairly easy compared to the Pro Football Hall of Fame and compared to the Baseball Hall of Fame. It's fairly easy to get into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah, he won all those fake Defensive Player of the Year awards, so that'll probably get him in. But
and we all know, just like we know that Shaq's not gonna hit anybody in the face, caping for Angel Reese. We also know that Shaq ain't gonna wear that dress. And again, no one wants to see that.
Yeah.
While he makes Shaq valid points about Rudy Gobert, here's where I think his message sort of loses its resonance. Why is he constantly talking about how much guys make? It seems to me it smacks of, and Shaq's a billionaire.
Yeah,
but it smacks of because he didn't make, and listen, he should have been paid more when he was playing. Okay, we talked about this a few days ago. It was the anniversary of when he signed his contract with the Lakers. It was 7 years, $150 million. He should have gotten $500 million, and it wasn't the times then, but he should have gotten $500 million when he went to the Lakers from the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
But it seems like, and a lot of older guys do this, it seems like they get so upset about the money that these guys are making, and they're always talking about it. It overshadows, I think, the legitimate basketball points that they're trying to make.
Yeah, this is a tricky thing for me because I'm in agreement with you for the most part. Like, why are you old guys really worried about what these dudes make? Mm-hmm. And for the most part, I don't like to bring up what someone makes in terms of their relative contribution to a team. However, if you make X amount of dollars, there is a certain expectation that you perform at a certain level. It sucks, but it's also true.
Yeah, but again, let's go back to when Shaq was the baddest dude on the planet playing
Yeah.
basketball. And how often did people rightly question his motor, for lack of a better word?
All
Okay.
the time.
And
All the
Shaq,
time.
as freely said that he didn't try as hard as he should have, and he regrets it. And I appreciate and respect Shaq's, in this regard, his ability to self-reflect and be honest about it.
Yeah.
But how many times did people say about Shaq, "You're too good and you make too much money to not try all of the time"? They did that a lot, and he didn't like it.
Yeah. I also say they weren't wrong. Like you could, because
No.
you can't always be talking about how much money you want to make and not sort of delivering. And Shaq, and this is what happens with guys like Shaq, once you get past your prime, you have to work harder to stay in shape. And he wasn't down with doing that. He
Yeah.
probably could have played another three or four more prime years if Shaq was actually a guy who cared about being in shape, simply being in shape.
Yeah.
Simply being in shape and hitting some free throws.
As he likes to say, and he is right. He made them when he needed to make them.
Yeah,
he made them
did.
when they counted. My thing is this: I think the legitimate points he makes about Gobert get clouded by talking about money.
Always.
If you just dislike the guy, just say you dislike him. But to be pocket watching at your age and at your financial level, I'll never understand it. I don't think, and again, I'm not here to defend Rudy Gobert. I don't give a shit about Rudy Gobert. I just find it funny that Shaq is doing to Rudy Gobert what people did to him, and he didn't like it when people did to him. Now, I understand that hypocrisy is rampant in sports discussion. Matter of fact, it's probably built, one of the pillars that sports discussion is built on. I just find it weird that Shaq, who is, again, legitimately the biggest hater we know, that he could find a way to throw in how much money he makes to make a legitimate point, which is Rudy Gobert plays soft sometimes, and it's hard to root for a guy that big to play that soft.
Yeah, man, I'm actually with you. I think, but this is what these players end up doing. They're one way when they're playing, they're a completely different way when they're not playing anymore. And he's not the only one. By the way, as an aside, one day we'll have to have a conversation about how good Shaquille O'Neal was, because to this day, I don't think I've ever seen a player as dominant as that dude. Period. There was a time when not a single human being on the planet was as good as Shaquille O'Neal. Not Michael Jordan. Not nobody.
Not one.
And we got to see it. We got to see it.
One. Moving on. I want all of you to find something you love as much as Hunter Biden loved smoking crack.
Between crack cocaine and cocaine is sodium bicarbonate and water and heat. Literally, that's it.
And those things are pretty much free if you go to like a science store.
This is free. You can go to your neighborhood convenience store and just get. Anyway, I don't want to tell people how to make crack cocaine, but it literally is a mayonnaise jar, cocaine, and baking soda.
How different is the experience?
Vastly. Let me stop for a second.
Dude is like a serial killer describing his kill.
The man is a certified crackologist. Okay,
man,
he understands crack literally on a molecular level. He said he didn't want to tell you how to make it, but he couldn't help himself. He told you how to make crack.
Oh,
that's the first thing.
But he started sweating and salivating like he's about to have a steak. Like
he ain't
crazy.
Done. You can literally see the cravings for crack rock taking over every fiber of his being. But I should have led with this. And once I tell you this, if you haven't noticed it, you're not going to be able to unnotice it. It's like the arrow in the FedEx logo. Once you see it, you're never going to be able to unsee it. It's wild to hear someone talk so passionately about crack cocaine, and he sounds exactly like his old man, former President Biden.
He does.
Now that if you
that's the same
if,
thing.
if that didn't hit your ear before, now that I've said it, it's going to hit your ears like a Mike Tyson punch. We will continue with Hunter Biden rapping, poetically
Poetic, yeah.
about crack cocaine.
Vastly different, and like for real, I feel really reluctant to kind of have some euphoric discussion. I know you're not asking me to do that, but have some euphoric discussion about crack cocaine.
I
But
think this might be kind of the opposite here.
Okay, no, it's the exact opposite. I'm saying I don't want to have the experience of some euphoric recall.
But
That's how powerful crack cocaine is. Does crack cocaine make you act any differently? No. Is it safer than alcohol? Probably.
okay.
I can guarantee you it probably is not.
Yo, dog. This man sat up here and said that crack cocaine is safer than alcohol.
It's actually-
Probably.
It's actually sad.
He couched it.
It's sad. Like,
But
bro,
he loved that crack rock so much where he's like,
man. It's like, ooh, boy. It's like a grandparent describing a weekend with their grandkids. Wow, dude,
he
this meant a
continues.
lot to you.
I don't know if we're going to get through all 3 minutes and 18 seconds
Oh,
of
my
Hunter
Lord.
Biden professing his love for that crack rock, but we'll continue.
People think of crack as being dirty. It's the exact opposite. When you make crack, what you're doing is you're burning off all the impurities so that it combines with the sodium bicarbonate, which makes it smokable. That's all. You know, all of
sounds
these
just like his
actors
old man.
and, you know, people in the past that talked about they had a problem with cocaine and freebasing. They were smoking crack.
So straw on the stove is the same thing.
Not exactly, but close to it. But it's a little bit different. But anyway, my
I want
point
to
about
dab
it-
the drool off his lip right now.
He's an expert in crack.
Of course,
Flat
he is.
out. He's describing it in a detail. And not that I've had a lot of conversations with crack
Oof.
fiends, okay? Because I haven't, but I've been around. I've seen some stuff. I've never seen anyone, okay, talk so matter of factly and so clinically, yet at the same time so lovingly about something that has been widely thought of as a very destructive thing to put in your body.
Absolutely. Oh,
Except
that's his baby.
for
That's his
this
baby. Ooh, shit.
good
Your point
night.
about it, which I think is true, is that there's a thing about crack that is really insidious. And what it is that anytime, I think one of the reasons that they believe that smoking cigarettes is so addictive is because it combines three really important things. It's habit forming, there is an oral fixation, and there is a ritual combined with it. And so the idea of hand to mouth is a habit and a fixation that we learn very early, even as children. With a pacifier, with a spoon, with your thumb, to breastfeeding. Okay, so I don't want to get into the psychology of it.
You don't? Because I'm no expert. You're not? Yo, leave that shit alone.
I mean, just don't start.
Just say no.
Just say no.
Again, this video is about 3 minutes and
Yikes.
3 minutes 40 seconds. So I think we're about two and a half minutes. I think
Golly.
that's enough. Don't want to overdo it. But clearly, Hunter Biden and crack cocaine. I mean, two star-crossed lovers, brother.
I mean, you listen to him talk and you go, yeah, dude, you are legit and are legit addicts.
Yeah, man.
My man goes through each day gripping, just white knuckling every single day. White knuckling every single day.
Oh man,
Like, it won't take much to tip him over the edge.
You know what? I wish him well in his ongoing quest for sobriety, but
Kidding me?
it seems to be touch and go. And what he can't have, he thinks about.
Oh, man.
What?
But, don't let his brother don't let him have a bad day.
No.
Don't let him have no money on the game. Don't let his wife be talking about leaving him. Nothing. Like, you can't have anything bad go wrong, because that's gonna push him right over the edge.
Can you explain to me, as we continue on this Free for All Friday, can you explain to me, Marcus, what this T app leak is all about?
Yikes.
So, for those who are not watching, if you're just listening, there was a massive data breach, and it has rocked the T app, something that I did not know existed until earlier today. With this data breach, it has leaked millions of selfies and driver's licenses. The mysterious hacker targeted the women-only platform where nearly 2 million users anonymously share information and
Crazy.
expose men. At the time, and again, this is from earlier today, T was the number one app. Maybe it is still the number one app. I would doubt it after this data breach. So, Marcus, explain to me what T is, if you don't mind.
Oh, it's basically like the old school slam, like a digital slam book where you write something, like somebody's name would write somebody's name, or somebody's name would be there, and you write all the stuff about them that you knew. If they were cute, all this stuff. This is the digital version of that. These women go on dates with these dudes. They go to this app. They put that information in there. They put the dude's pictures in there. They describe him. They describe the date. They describe the experience with the guy, and then people read them. So, just in case somebody wants to know about some guy, she can go to the T app, type in the name, type in Rod Brooks, and Rod Brooks' picture will pop up along with all the ratings that Rod Brooks might have. And then she may add her own to it. It's crazy. And they background checks, all that stuff is in there.
So it's a database for dudes on
Yeah.
the dating scene. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a Yelp for daters.
Okay. All right. Somewhat creepy, but all right. I get it.
Shoot.
Crowdsourcing information, doing it in the dating world. All right. I guess so. Makes sense. Why were there driver's licenses in the T app? Like,
Well,
why?
You have to, in order, like, it's a female only app, women only app. So you have to identify yourself with a picture, and most folks use their driver's license.
Oh,
So that's how
really?
you have to be a woman, and in order for them to identify you, you have to have some kind of identification.
Oh, that's
So,
not smart.
Boom. You're in there.
That's not smart. No,
In there. Yeah.
no, don't give them your personal information. Good
Shoot,
God.
man.
No, really?
This is such a weird thing, man.
I get the dude database part of it. Like, I understand that.
Yeah, but it's for me, it is a very slippery slope, because this
Of
is
course. Yes.
this is kind of a you go girl type of thing, where the chicks are all in there and they're like high-fiving and talking shit about these dudes, and everybody's cool with it. But on the other end, when the male version of T is out there, it's going to be, I'm being harassed, and it's an invasion of my privacy. Like, I feel like this is where this thing's going to end up.
Well,
I don't know if women would take kindly to this thing being done with them. And I'm not saying that they would be wrong. I actually feel like it'd be fair for them to feel that way.
Yeah,
but
sure.
yikes.
Well, what this demonstrates is that the dating world is that's a rough world out there, dog.
Here's the thing.
where man and woman it's a scrap, baby. They are mixing it up.
I don't understand why people use. I understand why they use dating apps. I guess I don't understand why they use dating apps and then bitch and moan about life on dating apps.
Well, isn't that just life? Where
They just do it.
we get ourselves so immersed in the digital world, to use a sort of catch-all phrase, and then we complain about that digital world where we don't actually want to do the work of actually going outside, again, to use a catch-all term. You know what I mean?
Going raw dog life is fine. Meet people in the wild.
I don't know about that term. I mean, it fits, but I don't know about that term.
Go ahead. I'm gonna get out there and raw dog this life.
Good God.
Remove the prophylactic of the dating app.
Jesus Christ. I don't know if I would necessarily give that advice, to each his own, but I do feel very safe in giving this bit of advice. Don't give your personal information to any app.
Man,
Don't put your driver's license on some app that just came about a week and a half ago. Don't do that. Let's be a little bit smarter than that.
We are so at this point conditioned to just give up all our information. I admit to being guilty of myself in the ease with which I sometimes give away information about myself online for some subscription or something. It's kind of wild, but I sure as hell wouldn't be giving it up for nothing like this.
No, not at all.
Remember the cheating app, the cheating website? What was
Ashley Madison? Was it Ashley?
Yeah, Ashley Madison.
Yeah. Another dumbass idea. Yeah, where people were given their personal information on a website that was specifically designed for you to cheat. Yeah. That was the dudes being dumb. Now it's the ladies' time to do something that wasn't all that smart. Again, that dating world, dog, is just a good night.
Rough, baby.
Good night. Also rough for the Giants on this Orange Friday. What was once a 3-1 game with Logan Webb, after giving up 3 runs, still in the game, trying to keep it close. The Mets have now blown it open. They are heading to the top of the 5th at the corner of 3rd and King. And the first place in the National League East, New York Mets, have now jumped out to a 6-1 lead, and Logan Webb has been removed from the proceedings. So the Giants trying to get, is it a 6-game homestand? Yeah, I think it is a 6-game homestand. Trying to get that off on the good foot, on the right foot. Far, midway through the first of those 6 games at Oracle Park, not so good. We will give updates as they warrant. Let's see here as we continue on this Free for All Friday. You want to see a guy do a face plant on live television?
Oh, this is amazing.
Of course you do.
Is amazing.
Oh boy. Hey. Oh boy, played it all smooth though. But this is
what's cool is to have somebody, if I have an anchor sitting there laughing at you on national TV.
On live TV. Live TV. He was out there showing out for the folks, and oh boy, ate it big time. Blah. But again, homie played it off smooth, but he was hurting. He was hurting on the inside. Yeah, old girl laughing at him, but the dude anchor is looking over like, is he okay? We need to call the doctor. Don't know the fella's name that did the flipping and the face planting, but he is a member of the Savannah Bananas, who are baseball's version of the Harlem Globetrotters. It's a very successful outfit, and they do all sorts of stuff, but they don't do it on live television. And that sound though, just back it up. Right there, and he bounced too. We'll go all the way back. Watch the bounce. Watch him bounce. Boom! He bounces. He hits it so hard. Hey, listen. People busting their ass is always going to be funny. All right. Does this remind you of one of the earlier viral videos?
That's exactly why it's so funny to me. And
you know,
anyone who knows me knows that. No, watch him act like.
It's Karate Man. He bleeds on the inside.
And then he did a nunchuck.
So let's compare and contrast, shall we? Savannah Banana guy. Oh, we got. Let's start it over.
Jesus, God
And see, he played it off smooth. He played it off smooth.
oh my God! I meant to do that.
He didn't.
Oh my God! My God!
He didn't. He didn't wobble. But Karate Man, Karate Brother, Karate Brother.
I'm glad that he got up and he tried to do the.
And the crash. Let's play it again. The crash. The crash is great.
Oh boy!
Oh boy. Sorry. So there you go. So the answer to my question of do you want to see a guy face plant on live television? The answer to my question, a resounding yes.
Golly, hang on a second.
Because people falling are funny. Man.
Oh, Jesus, help me.
We brought tears to Marcus's eyes.
Oh, God.
Well, you know what? I think I got something else that's going to bring tears to your eyes. This is Kiki Hernandez of the hated Los Angeles Dodgers. It's been hot everywhere except for the Bay Area. And summertime, you got to enjoy some refreshment. And listen, even those of us who are big in our adulthood, it's irresistible. It's hard to resist, I should say, a popsicle on a hot summer day. And Kiki Hernandez of the Dodgers is just an adult with a child inside of him who wants to enjoy a popsicle.
Easy, bud.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, my teeth would be frozen if I ate it that quick.
Whoa. Hey, you
One
know.
of those headaches.
Oh, we got two of them.
Oh,
Oh, yo. Whoa. Hold up now. Wow.
hold on.
That I'm sorry. We probably should have warned folks if you have children. I didn't know it was going to be that bad, and I have to give. I got to give that. I got to get that to Gucci Mane face because I've never seen an adult do that with popsicles.
That's startling.
It was so shocking that we are most assuredly going to watch that again.
Golly.
Easy, bud.
Hang on, let's get it back up here. Hang on, there we go.
Lord have mercy.
Easy,
Yo.
bud.
There's an easy, bud.
Come on now. Yo, man, when he hit it with the corn on the cob, when he went horizontal, that's how you do you're dealing with a pro.
Are you brushing your teeth or are you eating a popsicle?
with a professional popsicle sucker.
Damn.
Wow. Okay.
Easy,
I mean, you can't stop looking. I'm sorry.
Easy.
Yeah, right there. That's when you know he's serious about it.
My teeth would be frozen if I ate it that
Damn.
quick.
My
One of
God.
those headaches. You get.
Oh, he's got two.
Damn.
Where did he pull that out?
Lord have mercy. You know what? Am I the problem? This is disturbing. Maybe I'm the problem.
I don't know. Again, let's go ahead and Gucci Mane face that one. That's
Goodness gracious, bro.
Kiki Hernandez. I'm sorry. I was unfamiliar with your popsicle game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. So there you go.
Work it.
Go ahead and take that into the weekend.
Goodness gracious.
Kiki Hernandez has skills. Wow.
I see, Kiki.
You know what? Let's cleanse the palate, shall we? Let's check in on youth football in the great state of Florida, a sunny place for shady people. Because there's nothing sort of off color about kids playing football, right? It's just kids playing football. Let's see what we got here. Sweep to the right. Oh, this kid's got wheels, baby. Look at little man go. And he could go all the way. All right, little man. We see you. We see. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What is this?
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Apparently, I got rid of Gucci Mane face far
Whoa.
too early.
I have so many
Wow.
thoughts. First of all,
Okay.
the thought going through my head as he was running was, wow, that seems like a man running down the field. He is yoked up,
Oh,
he's in great shape,
okay.
and then you get to the end zone and you pull that move as if you understand full well what that move is.
Okay. So see, I like where you're going. Instead of this being a somewhat disturbing video about a young kid being way too understanding of
Yes.
sexual activity,
Yes.
you're saying that it's not a kid, that
Ah!
is a small man.
Yes.
So we're talking about a grown man playing kids.
Right.
That's instead of okay, you know what?
Right. I
like
get
that.
some very Russian orphan feelings about this.
That is a deep cut reference. That is a fantastic reference. And it makes me feel better about playing this video several times, which of course, you know, we're going to do that because that's how we roll on a free for all Friday. So, all right, again.
Look at him. He's
You're
yoked
saying
up.
That's a little adult.
He look like he's been in the gym, Rod.
And this little adult is
He
going
looks like
to
he's
do
been in the
something
gym.
that is very adult like it. Right there.
Wow.
Now, see, here's where I hate to mess up your theory because you see the kids back there imitating what he's doing. You see the kid back
Yeah.
here in the red.
Well,
Damn it.
I mean,
Look at the bottom right hand corner. First off, all the adults need their asses whooped for teaching them this and condoning their behavior. All right. This guy right here behind him.
yeah.
All y'all need to go to church. But
But
here goes
here's
on
the
right doing it,
problem.
though.
If my theory holds true, that's just his boy hyping
That's his
him up.
homeboy. Okay, that's his homeboy. That's his homeboy. All right. That's his accomplice in this
That's
ruse
something- He's in on it.
that this little man has of playing football with little kids, so he
Lord
can
have
show out
mercy.
and he can be overtly sexual in public. Okay, I got you.
Because I refuse to believe this is a child, and all this stuff is going on around him.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit less funny when you realize or you think that this is a child who has what I can only describe as a very adult stroke game.
Yeah. It's very smooth,
But
very
the
on
little-
beat, good rhythm.
the little kid in the red over here.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
so
man. What you been watching?
I guess I didn't necessarily cleanse the palate from
No, this made
Hernandez
the palate dirtier. Yeah,
double
absolutely.
fisting popsicles. And yeah,
Let's
DC,
review
you're
that
right.
once more, if you don't mind, Rod
Which
Brooks.
one, Kike or his popsicle game?
I want to see little kid here.
Oh, you want to
Oh,
see?
I'm
You want to see? You
Little,
want to see
little
Little
man.
do it again.
Yeah.
And you know what? And we're not even going to go all the way back to the line of scrimmage. We're just going to roll it from when he broke
Look at the
contained.
form. He's 22 years old. He's 22 years old.
I'm sorry.
And
Come on.
dude is going to do that shit? Come on, man.
Florida is a lawless place.
All right. I mean,
Clearly.
look at him. That dude is in the gym every day.
Yeah, I mean, there he is, number 2. Look at his calves. You know what, Marcus? I think you might be right.
This
I think
is
we
the
might
goat.
be dealing with an adult who's pretending that he's a child. Yeah, look at his calves. You know what?
It's football crazy Florida too. Yeah. Yeah.
Just like what was it, Bishop Sycamore? Were they the ones, like the 25-year-old grown men who were pretending to be a high school team, and then they went out there to play high school football, and they got their asses whooped by high school football, actual high school kids playing
That's
actual high school
hilarious.
football.
That's classic, baby.
So yeah, we'll watch Kike Hernandez
Easy,
double
bud.
fist popsicles. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, these two back to back make me feel icky.
Teeth would be
It's a
frozen
free for all
if they-
Friday, brother. I got.
One of those headaches you get.
Oh, he's got two. Where did he pull that out of? Yeah.
He's very practiced.
If I don't uphold the standard that we've set here on Quality Hang when it comes to free for all Fridays, if I don't uphold that standard, then I'm not giving the people
I
what they
concur.
want.
Concur. My man is
So-
double fisting penises right there.
If it's got to be Kike Hernandez with a true oral fixation, or if it's us getting to the bottom of whether a little kid, humping the ground is actually a little kid. If we don't do it, damn it, who's going to do it?
Who's going to?
No one but us. You're welcome, America. Let's get into on this date. On this free for all Friday. All right, get out of here, Kike. On this date, and I will not go in true chronological order. I'd like to save the best for last. On this date in 1980, Back in Black by AC/DC was released. Easily one of the greatest albums of all time. It has sold 52 million copies. By some accounts, it is the second best-selling album in history, behind Twitter. I thought The Wall would be that, but nope. Looks like it's Back in Black. And for those who don't know, this was a huge album for AC/DC because it was their first album after their previous lead singer Bon Scott passed away from being Bon Scott. They recruited Brian Johnson. He stepped in, and AC/DC never looked back. And
They went to the next level.
They went to the absolute next level.
Right.
And you hear those bells to open up the album with the track Hell's Bells and Back in Black. Once it grabs you by the throat with those bell chimes, it don't let go until it's over. Back in Black came out on this date in 1980.
You can't think about going to a Raider game without thinking about Back in Black.
No, not at all. Not at all. You ever seen AC/DC in concert?
Oh, geez. No. Wait. No.
You'd remember if you did. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think. No.
It I don't know if I'd recommend it now, just because Brian Johnson doesn't sound the same.
How can he?
Angus is still doing his thing. Looks kind of weird for Angus Young to be 70-something years old, dressed in a schoolboy outfit, duck walking across the stage, but it's Angus Young. And damn it, I'm not going to tell him that he can't. But
his Achilles wheel, though. I'll tell you that.
Eventually, Father Time will tell him. But saw AC/DC one time, and it's like, yeah, man, it's AC/DC. And I think it's a compliment when I say that everything they did sounded exactly like the record.
Yeah,
and I dig that. I'm cool when bands experiment, for lack of a better way of putting it, or they do something a little bit different, when they arrange it and play it a little bit differently. But I think also it takes a special kind of skill. Rush did this the couple of times I saw them. I think it takes a special kind of skill to be able to mimic and sound like you did on the album or on the record. And AC/DC definitely did that when I saw them.
Yeah, I think that I was covering a couple of big concerts, one of these festival type of things, and I think AC/DC was in the lineup. This is this is like the 90s, like late 90s. And I think that they were performing and I was doing interviews. So I didn't get to see them performing because I was doing interviews.
But you heard them.
I definitely heard them.
You definitely heard them.
Did I get to go out there and see anything? No.
Back in Black came out on this date in 1980. In 1983, debut by the Bay Area's own Metallica. Kill 'Em All hit on this date in 1983.
Now I've seen these dudes more than a few times.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just saw them at Levi's a few weeks ago, so that's probably maybe the 5th or 6th time I've seen them.
Various guitarists,
yeah, through various guitarists, a couple of bassists. But Metallica still kicking ass and going strong. I've been doing it now for 42 years. Kill 'Em All came out on this date. We talked Wednesday about Ozzy Osbourne on the day that we found out, or the day after he passed away last Tuesday. We talked about him on Wednesday and how he and Black Sabbath invented heavy metal. There's no Black Sabbath, obviously. I'm not saying anything that a lot of you don't know or wouldn't agree with if you hadn't thought about it. But if there were no Black Sabbath, you would have no Metallica. But if you don't have Metallica, you don't have speed metal. You don't have thrash metal. And that's one of the great things about music is one great band will birth another great band unknowingly, unbeknownst to them. And then that great band will spawn so many other great bands. And so to go from Black Sabbath to Metallica to Anthrax, just to think it off the top of my head,
Anthrax was so much fun.
Oh yeah. Anthrax
was a
great.
Fun band.
But to have that happen, like I said, that to me is one of the great things about music. And Metallica started it all, record-wise anyway, on this date in 1983 with their debut, the very good, the very fast, the very raw, Kill 'Em All.
That's trippy, dude. Oof.
Kill 'Em All.
Every time I hear one of the dates of some of these records or albums that I grew up with, it just trips me out how long ago it was. Jeez.
Well, I'm not done taking you back through time and possibly making you feel old. On this date in 1986, another debut, different band, obviously, different style of music. Two Live Crew dropped Two Live.
Man,
is what we are. Yes.
Man, look. Oh boy.
That's all you can say. We studied this album cover because we like. First off, what is this? Who are these? What the hell is it? Who the hell is Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
Why is one guy on the left, Brother Marquise,
Brother Marquise is so funny. So funny.
Why is he have his pants down? Why is the guy in the driver's seat, who we eventually found out was Luke Skywalker, now known as Uncle Luke, because he got sued almost into oblivion by George Lucas. But why is the guy in the driver's seat? Why does he have underwear on his head? We stared at this album cover for hours.
Dude, Brother Marquise.
Love Brother Marquise. Rest in peace, Brother Marquise.
Rest in peace. Hip hop always has these unique, particular characters.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys who I just saw him and I would just start laughing.
Yes.
I felt like he was always slightly drunk and slightly high. He always had a smile on his face, just cheesing ear to ear. He had a weird kind of speech impediment. So he sounded as if what's the word? We're dealing with some intellectual incapacity. Is that safe?
Yes, that's very safe. Yes. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. He was so funny. He just made me laugh. I would look at him and just start laughing.
Marquise, your brother, on the left, Fresh Kid Ice, who unfortunately is no longer with us. Then Luke Skywalker, Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, as we know him now, and Mr. Mix in the back. This is the album that had the song "Two Live Is What We Are," and had Trodat D, which is a big club banger.
Throw that D.
Throw that D. So yeah, Two Live Crew released Two Live Is What We Are on this date in 1986. And let me say this about Luther Campbell. I know he could be very rough around the edges.
Yes, sure.
But always remember that Luther Campbell stood up for his First Amendment rights.
Talk about it.
Our First Amendment rights, fought the United States government for his and our First Amendment rights.
Yep.
And he beat the United States government.
Indeed.
Always put some respect on his name when it comes to that. Okay.
Indeed. And
always.
He built that Miami Hurricanes football.
and listen, he built the entire Miami hip hop scene.
He sure did, boy.
I've heard him talk about it. He's like, they had nothing down there hip hop wise. They would get guys from New York to come down, but they didn't have their own scene. He saw that void and he filled that void. So, all of that came from a guy who is on this album cover with a pair of Fruit of the Loom draws on his head. On the cover Too
I'll
live.
tell
is
you,
broken.
his life is also a testament to sort of like the embodiment of who you are in your 20s is not necessarily who you are when you get to your 40s and your 50s.
Right.
This guy, he's so grown up now. He's so politically active. It's now
Mhm.
it's wild. He's
Yeah.
not a dumb dude. That's the other thing. This is a smart guy. Obviously, he was successful because of his smarts and his ability to sort of fill the void, and find that marketing void. But I always respect in the world to Luther Campbell, man.
Yeah, absolutely. On this date, again, we're going out of order. I want to save the best for last. On this date in 2008, the cinematic classic Step Brothers
Come on, do we just become best
hit
friends?
theater. So much room for activities. Oh, wait, listen. We can do Step Brothers lines all day. Okay. Do I need to do the entire rap of Boats and Hoes? Don't
Dude.
make me. Don't threaten me.
What's
I
funny
will-
about this movie,
will do
Rod,
it.
is that it wasn't a big ass hit.
No,
it was
wasn't.
it was mildly successful, but it wasn't what it's become.
Yeah, it became a cult classic,
Yeah.
and once people were able to watch it over and over again, because while there is some obvious and over the top humor, there's also some sort of laid back humor that you have to
Yeah.
kind of that you pick up on repeated viewings.
Yeah.
And I listen. I'm a bigger fan. I love these two together, and
Oh,
they
man.
have some sort of a beef.
A
that
major
goes-
beef.
that goes back to the series that was done about the Lakers on HBO, Winning Time, where John
Yep.
C. Riley played Dr. Jerry Buss, and Will Ferrell thought he was going to do it. So
Yep.
Ferrell and Riley don't get along, and that's why we haven't seen any projects from them. But man, when they were going, they
man.
were hot, hot, hot. Talladega Nights happens to be my personal favorite out of all that they've
right.
done.
So
But
good.
Step Brothers is one of those movies where when it's on, no matter where you pick it up from, you're watching that bad boy to the end and you're
100%.
laughing at all of the stuff like it's the first time you've seen it.
Anybody who thinks it's funny to have a ball sack on your drum kit could watch this film. And I find that hilarious. So
one of the sublime jokes I like is when they meet the blind neighbor. When the wife meets the blind neighbor, and the blind neighbor goes, maybe I could come by later and I can feel your face. Like that's a ridiculous line out of many ridiculous lines in that movie. So on this day, July 25th in 2008, Step Brothers came out, and so many people said the line that Marcus said a little while ago. Did we just become best friends? But like I said, I want to save the best for last, and I'm being greedy here because this album is a personal favorite of mine. And I think that this album is not only one of the greatest rap albums of all time, I think it's one of the greatest albums of all time, easily. On this date in 1989, Beastie Boys dropped Paul's Boutique. And
oh wow.
You either banged with it from the get-go, and I did, or you didn't bang with it because it wasn't licensed to ill 2. And a lot of people didn't bang with it because it was licensed to ill 2. But I think no matter how you fell, which side you fell on, I should say, on when License to Ill came out, eventually everybody got it. And this album is so good. It couldn't be made today because you just couldn't clear all the samples. It would be cost prohibitive. Record companies wouldn't do it. It's so dense with the samples. It's so good. I think the Beastie Boys, their rap interplay is top notch. I just, like I said, I don't think it's one of the best rap albums of all time because it is. I think it's easily one of the greatest albums of all time.
Listen, I got nothing but good things to say about Paul's Boutique, and it was a bit of a jarring sonic experience if you're going from License to Ill to Paul's Boutique. But if you here's the thing though, if you actually follow the Beastie Boys career before they got to Paul's Boutique, before they got to License to Ill, they were always this creative little punk trio.
Yes.
And so they played up the frat boy thing because it made them a lot of money, and it was a a brainchild of Russell Simmons to have these three white kids come on here and do hip hop and really explode hip hop and make it more mainstream. But these guys were always this group. They were more Paul's Boutique than they were Licensed to Ill in all reality.
Yeah. And then we find out, when we got to Check Your Head and then now Ill Communication, especially and beyond, that they could very easily and seamlessly flow between being the bratty punk band to being the three rappers.
Yeah.
And you could get that from song to song. You would get it from album to album. But getting it so quickly, License to Ill came out in 1987. You get Paul's Boutique on this date in 1988. I mean, it's 2 years, but that's a short amount of time to go from bratty white boy rappers, drinking beer and girls in cages on stage to sort of going into that almost that skater punk vibe, that they eventually got into when you got to Ill Communication and more Check Your Head before Ill Communication. But I'm such a fan of License to Ill. I think it sounds as fresh as it did when we got it on this date in 1989.
It's even more unique than it was when you first heard it. Again, Rod, it just goes to show the people you are in your 20s necessarily will not be who you are when you're at your 40s and your 50s. These guys became Buddhists and all this stuff.
Right.
Amazing. From wrecking every single hotel room they ever went to let's all be friends and have peace and quiet.
Yeah. Paul's Boutique, though, if you haven't listened to it in a while, put that bad boy on and turn it up. And if you are a real nerd like me, you can easily go to YouTube, and there have been a few people that have been able to chronicle every single sample that's in Paul's Boutique. And you're talking well over 100. And what's cool about that is that you will hear things that you will hear things that you recognize, that maybe escaped you because there's just so much going on in Paul's Boutique. What I loved about doing that, because I've done it several times, is discovering new old music that was sampled in Paul's Boutique and becoming a fan of either that song that was sampled or that artist that who produced that song that was then sampled in Paul's Boutique. When you have art like Paul's Boutique that continues to give, and it gives the listener a chance, if they so choose to expand their musical taste. That's almost genius, if you ask me. And the Dust Brothers, I do want to mention them, because the producers, the Dust Brothers, who I don't think are with us, unfortunately.
I don't remember what the deal was.
Yeah, I think they passed away. And if they did, I'm sorry I said that, and I'm glad I'm wrong if I am. But I unfortunately don't think I am. I'll see if I can look it up here in just a second. But the producers, the Dust Brothers, they are the heroes on Paul's Boutique. Obviously, give the Beastie Boys a lot of credit for their lyrics and their voices, and deciding to go in this direction, because they very easily could have done a License to Ill too, and we would have all eaten it up. Give the Beastie Boys credit. But the producers, the Dust Brothers, the guys who made the tracks that the Beastie Boys rapped over in Paul's Boutique, they're the ones that are the unsung heroes of this great album.
Yeah, dude. I can't say enough good things about the Beasties. And I like acts who, and this is actually a criticism of Drake, I like acts who grow up. And you get to evolve and grow up with them. And the Beastie Boys were absolutely one of those acts where if you were willing, you would grow up and you would mature along with them. And I can't say enough good things about them. I love watching the Beastie Boys perform. Love watching them put on shows.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I can't. I'm trying to see here. I mean, nobody wants to watch a show where a guy's typing on his phone, but I do want to see if the Dust Brothers are still with us. But apparently, there are several people who call themselves the Dust Brothers. So Matt Dike is one of the Dust brothers, and he did pass away in 2018. And was there another guy that he worked with? I can't find him, but I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, I know Matt Dyke did pass away from cancer back in 2018. So that being said, we shall move on. The
other two are still alive.
The other two are still alive. Okay, so it's Matt Dyke that passed away. Paul's Boutique came out on this date in 1988. Real quick Giants update. It is starting to get late for them fairly quickly as the Giants have 1 on, 2 out in the bottom of the 6th, but they still have quite the mountain to climb. They need base runners, and they kind of need them in a hurry as the Giants are still down 6-1. The Mets jumped out to a 2-0 lead. And then Adames got the Giants a scratch on the board not too long after the Mets jumped out to that 2-1 lead to make it 2-1. Then the Mets added a third on a solo home run and then broke it open with 3 in the 4th. 6-1 Mets on top of the Giants, first of 3 at the corner of 3rd and King between the Giants, who are a game out of the second wild card, and the Mets, who are in first place and in a fist fight with the Phillies for supremacy in the National League East. So there is your Giants Mets updates. We always wrap up the show with the best thing I saw today. And the best thing I saw today, Marcus, I am just going to present it to you without comment. Here we go.
There we go.
Hey, get it, Cookie. Get it, Cookie. Get it, Cookie. Cookie Monster lip is a used dish rag. Look at
it. See, this is a party that grown man would be at right now after he scored that touchdown. This is where he went right out there.
There you go. So best thing I saw today. You got Bert back there. You got Ernie back there. You got the count. But Cookie Monster hitting that stanky leg.
Yeah.
Best thing I saw today. And Chance Stark.
Get it.
Best thing you saw today too. There you go.
Nice.
That's all I got. The best thing I saw today. There you go.
Well, I'm. Before we get out, I'm going to go see the Fantastic Four tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to seeing it. I'm very excited to see it, so I will pop back with a review of that film next week.
All right.
But I know you wanted to hit on your guy, Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah. Hulk Hogan died. All right, everybody. So we always end the show by thanking our presenting sponsor, Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from. 1 in Novato, 1 in Sebastopol, and 1 in Sonoma. And at all 3 Hop Monks, they all do the same great things. Fantastic food from a diverse menu, a fantastic craft beer selection, and an even more fantastic selection of live entertainment at all 3 venues, because you will get touring acts from around the country. Plus, it's a place for local artists to see and be seen. So check out what they have coming up live music-wise and live entertainment-wise at Hop Monk, because they do open mic nights, they do comedy nights, they do line dancing nights, they do so much at Hop Monk. So whatever floats your boats, you can find it at Hop Monk. Check them out online on hopmonk.com and follow them for all of their information. Follow them on all of the social channels. All right, Marcus, that's it. I think we covered everything important that happened this week. How about we get out of here?
Let's do it, brother.
All right, everybody. Be good and be good at it. We'll see you. Bye.